Hello, we're the Custodians. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Gabe.
And we're here with our My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 24 post-discussion. So let's just get right into it. But before we do, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Twitch. Social medias, links in the top of the description. Twitter's the best way to stay up to date with the channel. You get updated immediately as videos are posted, and follow us on Twitch. Starting tomorrow, at least at the time of recording, at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are going to be starting our Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke, which is going to be super fun. You should join us. And then, please support us on Patreon. There will be super awesome benefits like early reactions, full length, and access to a Discord that may or may not exist. So please do all of that. Now let's start. All right.
Yeah. So we can start from the very beginning.
From the very
we got even more Shiggy stuff. So you were right how it was an urge to want to decay things, which I think
kind of makes sense.
Why is that?
Because think of it like with Toga. How she has this
Yeah, it's this biological urge to want to drink blood.
Yeah, you know, her body was designed.
I was literally about to make that, and I was gonna say that's a really interesting connection.
Yeah, so like having not decaying things. Now this could just be a nature versus nurture thing. Like, does he have this need to break things down?
That's what I was gonna argue. That's what I was going to argue. I was going to argue because his dad was like telling him, no, you can't be a hero. You can't do this. He was trying to suppress using his quirk, which is why he was getting the itch. But then I was like, oh, afterwards, because he had suppressed it, he was getting the itch and stuff. But it goes back to how, biologically, like all for one of the doctor were both agreeing, like, yeah, you have a biological urge to want to decay things. It's something you can't control, and he did it with the two dudes. And oh my god, that guy! I wish I knew more about him.
Hit him with the power squat. Yeah,
he was going nuts. But I did find it enjoyable seeing baby Shigaraki.
Shigaraki
in his drip.
Yeah.
I want to dress up for Shigaraki.
Yeah,
for
elementary school, Halloween party. Shigaraki.
Like, bro, he looks like he's wearing a costume. I couldn't take him seriously. Just the way he's just standing there, it's like, all for one, I shitted the bed.
Yeah, no. It's like, all for one's gonna be like, now Shigaraki, I know you want to wear your costume for Halloween, but it's kind of cold out there, so make sure you wear a scarf and gloves. Be back before midnight. Have fun. I love you.
Something I did find interesting as well was that when they were doing a flashback of the parent, of like the family, they were also showing they basically were showing like which hands were of which family member. Like the arms were the grandparents, and
I'm gonna have to check that out because
stuff. Yeah, it was like super brief.
Yeah, and it was when my computer was like, actually, do you want Steam to do a thing? And we got it pretty damn synced up though.
That was pretty good. But I did find that interesting though. But I do wonder how the doctor and All for One, did they just roll up to his house and be like, how the fuck did they know? Like, did he tell him that he killed his parents? Or were they just watching from a distance the whole time? And they just like, yeah, that kid's it. Yep. Oh, shit, yeah.
Shit!
Yo, Doc, get down there right now. Come on. Yeah, jump. Go, get it.
We gotta jump on this before somebody else does. Come on, we gotta be. This is a competitive market here. Yep. Now we could talk about so All for One is absolutely the long game player.
Oh yeah.
In fact, especially in this world, he's the best at it, as he's the one around the longest. So he is absolutely the kind of person to go, I'm just gonna set this seed, I'm gonna plant this seed, and I don't care how long it takes until it grows, but I'm gonna nurture it and make sure it does. So, do you think that All for One had a hand in Shigaraki getting this quirk?
In his decaying quirk?
His decaying quirk, yes.
Like before he met him?
Yes. Was this kind of an orchestrated thing by...
It is a little strange how he just happens to come across Shigaraki. I don't think he had a hand in his quirk, but I do think I wouldn't put it past All For One to scout out people.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, to be kind of like with All Might, how he was looking for a successor. And, you know, people within All Might's inner circle, you know, were like, hey, Mirio,
or like,
that
here,
kid,
come to UA.
You know, he was, you know, looking to him to be his successor. So I wouldn't put it past All For One to be like, I'm probably not going to be around forever.
Keep an eye
I want
out.
someone to, yeah. So, and he scouted out probably more than one person, and you know, looked at Shigaraki and looked at his situation like before it happened, and probably told himself, "This is how it's going to happen." And he probably understood his quirk more, like it's like, you know, as soon as he saw him.
Yep.
He probably was like, okay, he probably has this kind of quirk. This is probably what's going to happen.
Here's how
I
I can
be
use
around
this.
for it. So I don't think he like physically had a hand in like manipulating his quirk, but I definitely think he was around when no one knew that he was around, looking at Shigaraki and going, this has, I can work with this. Let's see where this goes.
Now, if he didn't have a
we'll do
hand
something
in,
with it later.
if he didn't have a hand in actually like giving Shigaraki his quirk, I don't know if he'd necessarily. Yeah. Well,
because he's a mutant. He's a mutant, right?
Yes,
Shigaraki's a mutant.
He's a mutant. But here, well, hold on. I guess I'm not necessarily sure if I'm right there, because he, even with Shigaraki not having any signs of developing a quirk, and definitely not showing any signs of developing a quirk like this, All For One still would have a reason to keep an eye on this family because of its connections
with
to Nana.
Yeah.
So even just I want to see, even just a what happens when someone with One For All has a kid? Like,
does it get passed on to them? Does it automatically get passed on to them?
Or does like a kind of duplicate quirk get passed on? Because Nana had her kid before. Well, did Nana have her son before she had passed it on to Toshinori, to All Might? Because we know that even when you pass it on, you can still use like whatever was in the tank at the time. You can still use that until you've really run it dry. In fact, you can actually kind of recharge that battery in a sense. Or did she have her kid and then give All Might Toshinori One For All? But at any rate, this would still be stuff that All For One would go, I'm going to keep an eye on this family. And even if he didn't, it wouldn't be too hard for him to find Shigaraki. Because, you know, what happened at Shigaraki's house is going to be big news. Yeah. Like, villain attacks suburban house, family dead, child presumed missing, or, you know, maybe they even think, considering the remains, maybe they thought that Tenko was dead. And so, but All For One was like...
I think it is convincing that All For One and the Doctor were scouting out him, because it's like, oh, how did they just roll up to his house and take his family's body and make the hands out of it? You know, I think it is very likely that All For One was planning on Shigaraki.
And, you know, kind of digressing a little bit, but Hero Society certainly made All For One's job a little easier in the department of getting Tenko on his side. Like, you know, the whole All Might heroes will fix this mentality When, even the one lady who did stop to go, oh, a child, the moment it seemed like something that she may be uncomfortable with, she bolted.
Yep.
And so, not to Joker this, but society is kind of partially to blame here. Just the mentality that they had. I mean, nobody should go through life thinking that, not helping one person is suddenly going to lead to the single most powerful mass murderer in history, but...
True.
Still, had she called the police...
Maybe things would have turned out differently.
Yeah. Had she stayed with him, made sure that he got somewhere safe. Because I'm not going to say that... No quirk can only be used for villainy. Any and all quirk can be used for good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, think of what the applications in which Shigaraki could use his quirk for heroism. Let's say...
destroying rubble to get to citizens that are trapped.
Yes. Or hostage situations. Hostage situation. I'm gonna enter through an unorthodox area... because I'm gonna go through the wall where they won't expect it.
Just pure combat as well.
Or
fighting villains.
Natural disaster kind of stuff. Oh, a rock slide, landslide happened, and now this
destroy the rocks.
Yeah, and now the road's clear. Now we can get to more people.
Massive flood coming in. I'm gonna make a gargantuan trench.
Yep.
Stop it from coming in.
Or hell, from what we've seen, if he starts to really master it, decay the water. Like, break it down to its baser, elements.
Yeah, because a lot of people are just like, oh, if you have a blood quirk, you're a villain. It's like, no. Stop it.
Yeah,
There's no evil powers. It's all about how you use your powers.
Yeah, I watched Doctor Strange with my father last night, and it's with Strange and Mordo talking, and he's like, if you need to kill, you must do it. And Doctor Strange goes, even if there's another way, and he goes, it's the only way. And Doctor Strange responds with, you lack imagination. And it's like, yeah, it's all about how imaginative you are. And I know that quote is from a different context, what we're describing, but still, it's entirely up to how imaginative you are with your power to what you can be applicable with it. Like, I mean, how thorough can he be? Now, I know we're kind of stretching the definition of decay here, but could he create fresh water? Like, could he take could he decay the substances in say, water and kind of purify it in a sense?
Like decay at a molecular level?
Yeah.
Like specifically, like got out what I feel like that might be a little bit too complicated.
Or could he decay like a tumor?
Nah. I think that's too specific for his quirk. So yeah, no, I don't know about that.
But still,
I don't know how he would necessarily be able to.
My point being, Shigaraki could have been a hero.
Yeah.
Or at least, if not a hero, at least somebody who, was a benefit to society and to, his fellow man. But he just didn't get the help he needed. And that's when All For One swooped in, going, I'm here for you.
I'll be your help. I'll be the person that was always, should have been here for you, but you never had. And so he just clinged to him.
That kind of fits like that fits the League of Villains mold at the moment, where it's like everybody in it had the capability of being
a hero.
Not just being a hero, but having a good upstanding life, but they didn't fit the current societal mold.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now twice you could say he could have, but he was just unlucky and he didn't. He kept falling down, but like
We still don't know anything about compress either.
We still don't know anything about compress, but especially I think it's especially reflected in Toga and Shigaraki. This this feeling of a lack of control in these things about themselves.
Yeah.
And society going, you can't.
You're evil.
You
You're
don't
bad.
fit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
you
very
can't
interesting.
be this. You can't be that because of because of the thing you can't control.
Mm-hmm. I think that's very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
We touched a lot about his new power. We talked about the fight. I love how Redestro is a brown noser now.
Yeah, well, I don't I don't necessarily with how he acted. I actually don't know if he's necessarily a brown noser. Well, he is, but not out of like true devotion to Shigaraki. It's more of like a.
Well, he sees him as a.
Can you not kill me?
I mean, he sees him as someone who embodies the ideals of the Metal Liberation Army
even better
more than he does. So I think he wholeheartedly, because there was some dialogue. He was like, he carries on the legacy of of Destro.
Yeah, and he was just a little kid there too.
Yeah, so it's like
saying. So he's had this. No wonder his quirk is stress. He's had this weight on him since he was a child.
Yep.
Like, not to say that it had any, influence on the quirk he got, but still, like, having this, like, greater than you
it's
purpose.
Connected to it. It connects to it. Yeah.
Having this greater than you purpose weighing on you since you were that young.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, like, that's the reason, like, Redestro even said it. It's like, while I'm fighting him, I'm feeling relieved.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not feeling stressed fighting him. I'm feeling relieved. Like, I'm seeing somebody who can
take
do
this
this.
burden.
Yeah, who can help me here. Someone who can truly see Destro's will fulfilled.
Mm-hmm. Which goes back to the reason why I think he's manipulating them, because I don't think he fully is, like, yes, he is freed. Yes, he does, the whole, I just want to do whatever I want. But I don't think that fully coincides with the Metal Liberation Army. Because granted, yes, they want to, just be able to use their quirks whenever they want. But they don't want to destroy Hero Society. They don't want to destroy all of society. Shigaraki just wants to destroy everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think he's manipulating them. I don't think he's fully, in it. He's just like, I just want to destroy everything. I just want to do what I want. I don't care about society. Fuck society. That's why I think there's the manipulation.
Which isn't necessarily out of what MILF wanted. They because remember what Genten said in the society they were going to create. Might makes right. The stronger you are, like the better your quirk is, the stronger your quirk.
Like
the better in society you'll be.
The nine philosophy.
Yeah, it's very similar to 9.
The whole feudal, if you have the strong rule over the weak.
Mm-hmm. So, your quirk will basically be tantamount to your position.
But there is still society. Shigaraki wants an end to society.
Well,
because even
if he creates a Mad Max dystopia.
No, but even when you have a society where the strong rules over the weak, they don't want to get rid of the concept of heroes. They still want to have heroes.
No, because what their goal is to get rid of this idea of heroes. Maybe not necessarily the actual like baseline concept of it, but the hero society in terms of like heroes as a profession, because they actually specifically don't like the societal concept of heroes, because the heroes are the only ones who are really able to use their quirks without being in trouble. They want everybody to be able to do that. So they're basically saying everybody and nobody will be heroes. Because everybody will have the ability to use their quirk. Everybody will have the ability to step up and defend themselves or their fellow man. But since everybody's doing that, they're not necessarily heroes, or at least.
So what do you think Shigaraki's ultimate goal is?
Shigaraki's ultimate goal is to just tear down society.
There you go.
And like I was gonna say, if he makes this Mad Max dystopian world, but everybody's able to use their quirks as they see fit to their heart's content, I think MILF would be like, yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool. So long as I get to have, you know, my spot in line at the water dump spot.
Oh yeah. Gonna be first there.
Yeah.
Give me a couple pots. I don't know. I just you can make an argument for it, but I don't.
But the obviously, as we saw, the real reason why Shiggy is utilizing them is because he's learned. He's learned from his experience with the Shia Hasaikai. And it's like, yeah.
We could have used the Shia Hasaikai, and he was like, I can, yeah.
You know, I'm not going to make that mistake again. The Shia Hasaikai had resources we didn't. They had structure we didn't. Yeah.
But hey, they upgraded hell of more than the Shia Hasaikai.
Yes, they did.
Oh my god.
And he's going to capitalize on that. So now they have personnel.
They
have resources.
They have an army. They have multiple companies under their wing. They have a satellite. They have millions, if not billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They have.
So now the league went from slumming it to living the high life.
Good God. How can they be stopped? What the fuck?
You want to learn how I got here? I fought a rock for a month and a half. I stayed on that grind. I stayed on my dedicated, I saw what I wanted and I went and I got it. Okay? So I'm going to teach you how you can grab this. All you need to do is, right now I need you to go to the Feel Good Inc. website. Go to Feel Good Inc. /ShigarakiMotivation.com and you need to pay $59.99 for my program, and then you can learn how you too can get where you want to be.
Sounds about right.
Order now.
Yep.
But yeah, they're living the high life, which this is all still before they got with Hawks. Like they like Dabi started talking with Hawks, I'm pretty sure. Or is it no, this would be after.
Because this is before 1A versus 1B. So, and that happened after. No, this is before. It would be before. Because this arc.
We don't necessarily know when Hawks and Dabi started their little.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hawks and Best Genus.
No. Although.
Because.
I guess we don't know when that happened either.
That took place during 1A versus 1B.
That took place before 1A versus 1B. That scene was a flashback. Because remember, Best Genus.
Because that was after wasn't that after the Endeavor fight?
Wait. Well, I guess he was reported as missing during the Christmas episode, I'm pretty sure. Which was after 1A versus 1B, but we don't, like, somebody isn't seen for a day, they're not immediately reported as missing, you know?
When did that episode, hold on.
So, I'm gonna say that the Genus stuff happened before 1A and 1B.
Hello, Mr. Fly.
But
what episode is it? I'm trying to look back at which episode it was. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm sure I wrote down Genus missing in my notes.
Episode. So in the
episode 13.
manga,
It was episode
I
13.
was gonna say, because in the manga it was in chapter 240.
Episode 13
was when Hawks
when
met up with Dabi.
Genus went missing, but and it was a lot of episodes before that, because it was the first episode of the season when Hawks met up with Dabi. That was the stinger at the end of the episode.
1A versus 1B.
The first episode of the season.
Oh, okay.
That remember that was the stinger that a lot of people missed. Was the Hawks meeting up with Dabi, and then a lot of the second episode.
Okay.
Was that?
So we have the My Villain Academia arc. No.
So
no.
Chronologically,
So because of it was at the beginning of the season, it was Hawks meetups with Dabi. Plus the My Villain Academia, Class 1A versus Class 1B. Because they got switched.
Yeah, they did. But what I think MVA happened. MVA starts well before 1A versus 1B because they fight Machia for a month and a half. But I think Daiaka City was after 1A versus 1B. So yes, Dabi and Hawks would be doing stuff together already. Because I'm pretty sure it's like, was it a week prior or a week after? I can't remember. Our first ever little tease of Daiaka City.
It was.
Was it a week after or a week prior? So 13.
I don't.
9 days ago. So it was 9 days prior to 1A versus 1B. So never mind. Well, I mean, at any rate, I guess I will leave it to the comments. I'm sure the comments will explain things.
Help us figure out the order of everyone's here.
Yeah. So they have so now they're the
Paranormal Liberation Army. Paranormal Liberation
Front. The Pinolf.
The Pilf.
Pinolf.
Well, because they're not the League of Villains anymore. They're not the League of Villains anymore.
The Pinolf. Alright. So, the Pinolf are now the kind of leading organization. They've restructured. And now, let's check out, see, what did Shigaraki describe them as? The lieutenants. Obviously, we have the league.
Yeah, these 9 will be my lieutenants. And he was referring to Redestro.
Yo, hold up! I didn't even realize this. Genten has his fucking he or she. I cannot tell.
Is his
hood off.
Is their hood down? Really? Let me
white hair. Oh my god. It's for Yumi.
Oh, and also, only one of the hands is still intact. It's the one on his face.
Dude, he's got the suit on. God, he is just drowning in drip right there. But yeah, so Dabi, Spinner, Twice, Toga, Punish Toga,
Redestro,
and Compress, and we have Skeptic, Genten, Trumpet, and Redestro. Damn, Skeptic's a lot taller than I was expecting. But yeah, so those are the lieutenants. Do you think that we're gonna get like an actual? Do you think it's gonna be a battle or an actual war in 4 months? Like, are we gonna have like separate fields of combat? Like, are we gonna have like, here's Commander Toga is a great, is a real problem. Her and her contingent, her 20,000.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past. I mean, I would split up the army. You gotta have it. You gotta have multiple armies, and especially if you're doing a full. You can kill yourself. If you're doing a full country invasion, essentially, you don't just hit in one spot.
So
You
this is gonna be a
like
war.
when the Allied forces invaded Normandy, it wasn't just Omaha Beach.
Yeah.
It was like 4 or 5 separate beaches that they hit.
And they set, ploys and misinformation to make them think they were hitting entirely
exactly.
other beaches.
Exactly. So
that's a show I wish we could react to. I wish we could react to Band of Brothers. Fucking love that show.
That's good.
But alright, so I think now that Shigaraki has a spreading decay power, right?
Yes.
He has the ability to spread his decay. I kind of want to talk about which heroes can actually fight him safely. Bakugo, Endeavor, Hawks.
Midoriya.
I don't necessarily know if Midoriya would be able to actually fight him safely right now.
I mean, technically the movie has happened, so he's gotten a lot better.
He's gotten a lot better with Black Whip, but
because we saw him swinging
in a city environment, he could be useful. But think of it this way: the moment they're in a city environment, Shigaraki makes it a flat terrain environment.
But again, it's not like Spider-Man where it's just like, oh, I only shoot a straight line. He can control them. So who knows? Maybe he can use them to propel himself into the air, like push off the ground and stuff. It's not just like a...
And I guess if they have to, we don't necessarily, it's not necessarily that Shigaraki's decay wave or, decay wave, that makes sense. Decay wave is like constant. He has to actually be touching it.
He still has to be.
It's not like a dome of decay or something like the moment you step
he still has to have his hand on the ground.
So I guess if Midoriya is timing it right, like if Midoriya was at like 100%, then yes he could, because we've seen him just fly around like that. But for now, I just want to use characters that can keep themselves in the air. So right now, Bakugo, Endeavor, Hawks, Nejire.
Yep.
And Sun Eater.
Yep.
So that's
Why am I blanking on it?
5.
Why am I blanking on his Todoroki? Could probably no, because then he could just decay the ice. Unless he learns how to propel himself using fire. But
I don't even know if he'd even be able to do it like Endeavor, because he can only do it on one side.
Yeah.
So only one side would be getting propelled.
Why am I blanking on his name?
Oh, Tokoyami?
Thank you.
Tokoyami
I was blanking Tokoyami. Uraraka.
Well, that's actually... Uraraka might actually be able to increase this list significantly.
Because then she could just... Whoever she touches could be in the air.
You get Uraraka... Wait, no, Rocklock can't do... organic things, but I guess Rocklock could help.
He could throw things
and then create platforms
for people to stand on. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Rocklock. Let's see, Ryukyu. She could fly as a dragon. So that'd be a pretty big help. And since she's so big, she could carry other people on her back. So there's that, too. Gran Torino?
No. I mean, he could...
Yeah, Gran Torino.
I mean, I guess he could just... Because he's so absurdly fast.
No, because Gran Torino, so long as he's close enough to the ground to keep repelling it, can't he just... boost himself up, and then as he's getting closer to the ground... keep jetting himself?
Maybe?
Yeah. I really should be writing these down. Death Note, come here, buddy. Gotta stop writing all the heroes' names in the Death Note. They already have a bad enough chance as it is. So, heroes who
fight
can
Shigaraki.
Fight Shiggy. And I guess this, to be fair, the list is heroes who can fight Shiggy without immediately dying.
Yeah.
Because Shiggy probably will still beat a fair amount of these guys' asses.
Yeah.
Let's go Endeavor. Bakugo. Oh, Pony.
Oh yeah.
Bakugo. Togoyami. Nejire. Amajiki. Ooh, Inasa.
Yeah.
He'd be a big help.
Oh, fucking, what's her name from Class 1B that can be separated into multiple pieces?
Setsuna? Yep.
Yep.
Pony. Setsuna.
Could, yeah. What was his name? No, he probably would get fucked up.
Debrabako, Tokoyami, Nejire, Amajiki, Inasa Hawks, Pony Setsuna, Gran Torino. Forgetting. Oh, Uraraka.
Uh-huh. Rocklock.
Rocklock. Okay, so it's more than I was expecting. Let's see. Oh, Ryukyu. Ryukyu would be a big help too. Let's see. More from. Is there anybody else from 1A or 1B? Let's see. 1B. Oh, Poltergeist girl.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Alice?
She could float things. She could float people.
Or float platforms.
Did you put Pony on there?
I did put Pony on there.
Okay.
And let's see. Am I forgetting it? Could manga create something?
He could create words for people to be on top of, but I don't think he could just decay them.
Probably. Like, well, I guess if he created a word that said, well, that was, if he said like cloud, could they like float on it?
Maybe.
I'm gonna put him down.
Okay.
Manga. Ibarra's a no. Kendo's a no. Tetsu's a no. Let's see. I think I'm out of. No, there's got to be more flying heroes. Or heroes who can use something to keep themselves off the ground. Well, I guess Aizawa.
Yeah, he can swing with his ropes.
Well, not just that, but he can.
Oh, fucking.
He can stop.
Fucking.
He can stop Shigaraki from using his quirk.
I'm blanking on his name.
Hero?
He uses the tape.
Sero?
Yeah.
No, I guess if there's other people around him, maybe, but Sero, like, again, you can't rely on there being structures to swing on. Because Shigaraki turned a city into a crater. There was nothing to hop on. Maybe if Koda get enough birds.
Enough birds to be under somebody.
Our birds will blot out the sun.
Then we'll fight in the shit.
Pilf! What is your profession? Alright, let's see. Alright, take a little bit more time to think of any other heroes that could. We've edge shot. He like propels himself into the air, and
ectoplasm can fly.
no, he can't.
Did he?
No, he can create multiples of himself and then one really big version of himself.
No, I'm pretty sure we've seen him in the air before. I'm positive we've seen him in the air.
I don't think we have.
No, hold on. Ectoplasm. What? I'm positive about this.
I don't think he has.
No, I am positive about this.
Oh, well, if we get other heroes involved from other countries, we could say Captain Celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Celebrity can fly. But let's put a little star by it to make sure. Like we not necessarily can't rely on him. And if we're doing people who we can't necessarily rely on to be there, we can also say Mirio. If he gets his quirk. Or I guess if Mirio with his quirk, Lemillion, would be able to...
Hawks can fly.
Presumably would be able to just phase through the attack.
You're not so...
Hey, be careful. There might be characters that we haven't gotten yet.
I know.
Don't look up characters who can fly. Look up just My Hero characters.
No, I am.
Okay.
Got the majority of them.
Yeah, I think we have.
Yeah, because isn't Captain Celebrity's name like... What's his name? Like his actual name?
I can't remember, but it's something very, very American.
Is it Christopher Skyline?
It is Christopher Skyline. It is Christopher Skyline.
Okay, yeah. Christopher Skyline Bomb.
All right.
Okay.
So out of our list here, Endeavor, Bakugo, Tokoyami, Nejire, Amajiki, Inasa, Hawks, Pony, Setsuna, Gran Torino, Uraraka, Rocklock, Ryukyu, Alice, Manga, Aizawa, and potentially Captain Celebrity and Mirio. For this next discussion, let's not consider Captain Celebrity or Mirio.
Mm-hmm.
Who are our kind of like standouts? Like who do we need to rely on the most?
Endeavor.
Obviously, Endeavor.
I think Bakugo is another big one. Uraraka.
Uraraka, I think, is incredibly important because Uraraka has the amazing ability of greatly expanding this list.
Mm-hmm. She can touch multiple people. Again, she only can do as many. She only can do so many, but she can still do a lot.
Yeah, in fact, she can make sure that when Aizawa needs to blink, he's in the air. Like he's not just on the ground.
Away from.
Yeah, so he can't get like speed blitzed by Shiggy.
Watch all of this be pointless because Shigaraki's gonna get shit to like close the distance or like
he's gonna get like force pull. Like,
yeah. Oh my god.
Which would obviously make Aizawa pivotal.
Yeah.
Absolutely make Aizawa pivotal. So let's say worst case scenario, the Ujiko makes Shigaraki like just physically boosted like he did the USJ Nomu. So quirk or not, when Shigaraki comes out of here, he's gonna be boosted. He's going to be incredibly strong and fast. Let's say even just like half the speed and strength of USJ Nomu. Which I think is fair considering, USJ Nomu was completely mindless and stuff, so maybe he can't reach those levels.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, even if Aizawa were looking at him, Shigaraki would still be a threat.
Yeah.
So, I really do think that Uraraka is pivotal here. Let's see. Others, obviously, Hawks. And Inasa. Inasa can also... Hawks and Inasa can lift people up.
Pony
but...
Can she only do one?
I mean, she can lift a few people, but she gets slower.
Mm.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
I don't think Hawks and Inasa have that.
Alice? She can do a lot of people. There's no limit to the amount of people she can do as long as they weigh a certain amount, which I'm sure they do, because she can do it the average.
She can
weight
because
of a person.
when Monoma. Oh, and you know what? Let's put Monoma on the list. Because with Monoma, he can copy the quirks of, say, Uraraka or Inasa.
And then even do more people.
Yeah. So let's say Monoma. He's on the list.
He would be a big help.
I think Ryuki would also be really important because not only does she have her own form of flight, but she's so big and pretty damn
she can
strong.
help other people.
She can have other support people on her.
Yep.
Tokoyami.
Yep.
If this fight is happening at night, not only can he fly, but he's also incredibly big. He can have people riding him, probably, and an unleashed dark shadow is incredibly powerful.
Yep.
Nejire and Amajiki. If I could get both, I would absolutely take both. Both can fly, and they're both incredibly strong. The only issue with Amajiki, he has to get close.
Yeah.
He has to get close to fight. So
yeah, something I just thought about with Tokoyami is that he could disintegrate or decay away Dark Shadow.
Potentially, yeah.
That would be sad as hell. Like, what if what if he didn't remanifest?
Jesus Christ! Like he basically just lost.
Like he just killed him. Yeah.
Fuck that. And I like Rocklock. I like Rocklock being able to create these platforms to use.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like, Inasa, get Rocklock and this, big ass, metal sheet into the air, and he'll lock it in place, and then Rocklock will just be here. So anytime anybody needs to switch out, we can bring them up to a safe position high above the battle, and they can stay here, and they can rest and chill up until they're ready to go. And because of his experience and speed, even though he has to get in close, I'm going to put Gran Torino on the list.
Okay. That's fair.
And so, let's see. And manga. I'm going to put manga on the list too, just because of how varied his abilities can be. So, out of the people who can fly, the ones... and I guess if Setsuna... Have we ever seen her carry anything?
No.
Not really.
But the fact that she can...
fly and regen things that she's lost?
Yeah, like...
That's... Yeah, I'm gonna put Setsuna...
She's... Like, Shiggy would have a hard time fighting that.
Well, if he's getting mobbed.
Yeah.
Setsuna versus
Shiggy. I'm saying in the sense of like, he could just decay something and then it would just regenerate. And like he wouldn't be able to fully... I'm sure Shigaraki... I'm not saying that Setsuna counters Shigaraki or that Shigaraki wouldn't be able to... Shigaraki would body Setsuna, but I'm saying out of the majority of people, she has, a pretty good chance of standing against him.
So I think here's the play. Out of the people we've chosen, we have Endeavor, Bakugo, Tokoyami, Nejire, Inasa, Hawk, Setsuna, Gran Torino, Uraraka, Rocklock, Ryukyu, Manga, Aizawa. And you know what? I absolutely am going to pick Monoma. Because here's the play. I think here's the play with Shigaraki. So you can't rely on cover. You can't rely on defense. You can't rely on structures. Because all that's gone. And his quirk negates durability. Doesn't matter how durable you are, you're getting decayed. So we just need to stay off the ground and out of his range. So I think what we do is we start, if we have control of the field to begin with, we start with having Rocklock create this kind of resting spot.
Mm-hmm.
So get him up in the air, Hawks, whoever, Uraraka, make the platform float up, get it high into the air, set it in place. Rock Lock, sets it there. So that anytime anybody needs a breather or they're injured, they can rest there and they don't have to worry about, people don't have to worry about like keeping them off the ground themselves. They can keep their focus on Shigaraki. This is also assuming that it's Shigaraki by himself and not any of his other shit.
I still love how we have to have all of these characters. These are the only characters that would be able to fight Shigaraki, and they all have to work together to do it.
Yeah. So
it's sad.
Next part of the plan. Monoma takes Uraraka's quirk.
Mm-hmm.
And them two together start making everybody float. And if they have knowledge ahead of time, you should get Mei Hatsume in the support course to create kind of like what astronauts use, where it's like, air shoots for mid-air mobility. You want to move that way, it shoots you that way. They can float around and control for those without mid-air mobility control. So if they have those things, even better. But you get Monoma and Uraraka to float as many people as they can. The non-flyers. Endeavor. Bakugo, this may be tiring for him, but he has the platform, and the more he sweats, the stronger he gets. So I'm going to say Bakugo's fine. Tokoyami is fine. Well, hold on. Let's go with the ranged users first. So Endeavor, Bakugo, Nejire, Inasa, Hawks to a degree, Manga, and of course, the kind of true ace here, Aizawa. Aizawa, I want you on that platform.
You don't come. Yeah, don't
doing nothing but looking at this fucker. and we get Inasa there, so if Shiggy does something that creates a giant dust cloud, blocks Aizawa's vision, Inasa's there to immediately swipe it away. So he has constant field of vision on Shigaraki. So Shigaraki's big AoE destruction thing is actually going to play in Aizawa's favor, because Shigaraki's going to have nowhere to hide. So... And again, this is actually kind of assuming that Shiggy has this kind of natural power enhancement to begin with. If he doesn't...
Even better.
If he doesn't, and Aizawa's there, then we can just fucking gang up on him and beat the fuck out of him. Like, he is incredibly fast, like, really fast, like, without his quirk or stuff like that. And his reaction time has to be amazing. But I'm willing to bet he's slower than Hawks.
Yeah.
So... who was able to travel from, like, mainland Japan to whatever island they were on in Heroes Rising in, like, at most, 6 hours?
Yeah.
He's incredibly fast.
Really fast.
Is there any, like, anybody with flying style support? Hell, if we want, we can actually even add fucking, Recovery Girl to stay on the platform.
To heal people.
So we get her on the platform with Aizawa and Rocklock.
The ultimate comp.
Because thanks to Hawks, we might actually be able to do this. So we have our ranged users: Endeavor, Bakugo, Nejire, Inasa, kind of Hawks, and Manga. So these guys, their job, absolutely, do not get close. Do not get close. Your job is to pelt him from afar. And if you are getting close, it is a finishing, biggest hit you've got, final blow kind of move. Like, you are sure the moment you connect, you are knocking this fucker out. We can have Setsuna, and Setsuna, Gran Torino, and Tokoyami. They can be running support. They can, if his quirk is gone, but he's still incredibly strong, we can be having, Tokoyami doing kind of defensive work. Like, anytime he tries to, jump up in the air, we can have Dark Shadow try to, slap him down.
Yeah.
Or Hawks, Like, can he, like, pin feathers? Like,
Shiggy down.
yeah, can he, like, use his feathers like that? Because if he crushes a feather, the reason why I said Hawks is kind of range is because Hawks can lose feathers, as we saw in the Endeavor versus High End fight. I forgot about all the high ends. And then Ryukyu can do the same. So she's staying up in the air, and she can also act as kind of another platform. So anybody needs, like, kind of a resting spot, or they can focus on catching individuals who, say, are falling. Every now and then, Monoma will need to recharge on Uraraka's quirk. Because the moment he runs out, all the people who are floating because of him will drop.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what we saw with Twin Impacts, right?
Yep.
So, Twin Impact would be useful here. But he can't fly. So that's the thing with Uraraka. Why she's so important. Because she can make all these people who are useful but would be detrimental to their inability to maneuver in the air into viable assets. Like, if we could get Uraraka to come in and then lift 13 up into the air and try to just disintegrate Shiggy, that'd be tight as hell.
That'd be cool.
And so that's kind of the best battle plan I can come up with. And that's taking a lot of things into consideration. And only one of them is in favor of the League of Villains, being that Shiggy is going to be incredibly powerful, even if Aizawa was looking at him.
Yeah.
Everything else I put in the hero's favor. Knowledge of things ahead of time, knowing where the battle was, having all the gear they would need, having the ability to set up kind of a resting platform.
We know that's not going to be the case, though.
Yeah, because now, not maybe. It might be, actually. Like, if this is like a all across all of Japan, all the lieutenants are like in charge of their sector, kind of, they're on that campaign. If we can just narrow down where Shiggy is, he may be alone. Especially if he's incredibly confident now with his, rightly so, unparalleled ability. If we can get this select strike group, like, you know, leave Machia to, say, Midoriya, Mount Lady, maybe some more kind of, or maybe Shinzo. If we get Shinzo, if he can, like, use his persona chords to sound like All for One.
Yeah.
Or Shigaraki and be like, yo, Machia, stop. And he'd be like, if we can just beat him that way. And fucking twice. I swear to God, Shigaraki better not turn into the new Doctor Doom, where it's like, we did it, we beat him, and then all of a sudden he just goops away, and it's like, sorry, it was just a Shiggy bot. Like, Twice just made that. That wasn't the real Shiggy. You're never gonna see the real Shiggy again. It's always just gonna be Twice bots.
It's always gonna be
Shiggy bots. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anybody who, you know what? It'd be worth it. It'd be fucking worth it. Let's utilize Stain.
He could, yeah, all he needs to do is just get a little bit of blood and he can paralyze him.
You use Stain and Vlad together. You just
Vlad can only control his own blood, though.
Can he only control his own blood?
Yeah, remember?
Okay.
Remember we talked. Yeah, he only can control.
If he controls his own
which
blood.
is why that was one of the reasons why he wasn't so high on the tier list.
Yeah.
It's like if he could control other people's blood, he would be much higher.
Also. Mandalay. Telepathic communication is going to be incredibly important. Just having this kind of awareness of the battlefield. And she would be on the platform as well, like, coordinating everything. And you know what? Let's put Pixie Bob on the list as well.
You know, I just realized, I think one of the quirks that Shiggy's gonna get is Ragdoll's quirk.
Can we not? He can't have every double S tier quirk. He can't.
He can only have so many. I don't know, I just thought about that because I'm like, they made a big deal about that, with All For One, and I don't see why that would be something that All For One would want to hold on to, because if he knows that he's gonna be done, I feel like he'd be like, Shiggy's gonna want to have this. Like I wouldn't put it past All For One to store some busted quirks or some really, really good quirks for Shigaraki. If not for just the Nomus as well. We are fucked. We are beyond fucked.
Because now you can just see everybody's weakness, where they are at all times.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
God damn it. God damn it.
God damn it. So, I guess first, if I were Shiggy, the first person I'd have to go after is Aizawa.
I was gonna say Aizawa.
Aizawa is our priority one. We play keep away.
Which is why he's going to die.
Which is why he's gonna die.
He's... Oh. It's gonna happen. He's gonna die.
We have Aizawa there. Priority one.
Mm-hmm.
His survival. If Midoriya's not there, Aizawa's priority one. Hell, if Midoriya is there, Aizawa still might be priority one.
Yeah. Midoriya would be priority two.
Fuck, could we get like somebody with like a water quirk?
Mm.
To
just like always
moisturize that so he never has to blink. It's like, no bro, I got you.
Just the constant eye drops.
Yeah, it's just water bending the fucking like just keeping it going.
Mm-hmm.
Like which okay, now we need a water hero. Who do we choose? Do we choose Backdraft or do we choose Manual?
I would say Manual.
Manual?
I feel like Backdraft might be too intense.
Yeah, you're right. We gotta keep it fair. So let's put
No, I meant like the sense of, I don't think he can control the water pressure.
Oh, it's just like a fire hydrant.
Yeah, because he's busted straight. Well, granted, he is absurdly powerful, and there would be no chance for Shaky. But yeah, I think Manual could just gently. Float.
You know how fucking no, he'd be on the platform. Yeah. You know how fucking.
I think Manual would just float like little water droplets.
When Eri was on Midoriya's back, it's gonna be fucking Manual on Aizawa's back in the same way. He's gonna be like tied up.
Yeah.
Aizawa, yak prosenta. No, but I was gonna say Pixie Bob as well because she can create dirt clot monsters, which he can destroy,
but there's just they would just come back.
Yeah, they're dirt clot monsters, like no loss, which I guess also means that if ectoplasm were on the platform as well,
he could just make a bunch.
This is why Rocklock and Uraraka. I think Rocklock and Uraraka are just under Aizawa in terms of MVPs here.
I think you could also put Monoma there because he would be able to do the exact same thing as they would.
Hell, could he touch Aizawa?
We don't know. Ooh.
Have that kind of you blink, I blink.
I don't see why that would
break the rules. Yeah.
Or no, cause a blank.
Well, that's what I meant. Break the rules, cause a blank. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
So we get all these people, and it's just left to our heavy hitters to try.
We'll have a chance.
We'll have a chance.
Shigaraki.
All we need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of some of the best heroes to ever live. And we have a chance. Why is this giving me fucking Chimera Ant flashbacks? What the fuck is happening?
We're
fucking, if Endeavor has a nuclear bomb in his chest, I swear to God.
Oh, the writer, they've made it very hard to bet against the.
You know what? And I kind of like that. Because even, obviously, in the beginning, we had All Might. No matter what happened,
we would be fine.
All Might was gonna win. There could still be consequences. But we knew that when we had All Might, we were going to pull through. We lost All Might. We lost that safety net. But the thing is, we still had so much in our favor. The League of Villains were weak. In fact, they were actually down a few members thanks to the Shia Hasaikai. Sure, they had bullets, like the quirk destroying bullets. God!
That the Doctor has now that he's gonna make more of.
Oh my god! Now we're like MVP characters. They don't even have to die to be.
They just take away their quirks.
You just take it.
Like they fucking give guns to every Middle Liberation Army member, and just load them all with.
That's assuming.
Destroying bullets.
That's assuming the Doctor is able to mass produce it.
I don't see why he wouldn't. If anybody, again, I'm pretty sure. I think his quirk.
I think
is like
if he was given enough time to do it, but
no. Again, I still think the Doctor's quirk is like genetic DNA, molecular level shit.
Gene splicing.
Yeah, I think that's his quirk. But I mean, just imagine, just like. Liberation armies running through the cities, heroes trying to stop them, and they're just like, just
fuck. Then we'd have to create a list
them.
We'd have to create a list of characters that are bulletproof, or at least durable enough to withstand a needle injection.
Kirishima
Tetsu, Fat Gum.
Maybe.
No, because Fat Gum, like, he was being stabbed by Guy, remember, and he was completely fine.
Oh, okay.
Amped sword guy.
Okay.
Also, I think he was shot. Him and I.
Are there any other durability guys?
Well, I mean, like, there's people that you can assume are too durable. Well, that's the thing with anime, where it's like, I saw...
Oh, add Gang Orca to the list, because he can paralyze you from...
disorientation!
Yeah.
Yes, keeping him off... If we can get the Shia Hasaikai to help... That opens up things incredibly.
I love how it's like, oh, we need the Shia Hasaikai as well to help us out.
Oh my god! Like, if we can get like Slosh come in.
Yo, guys, we need Overhaul to help us beat Shiggy.
Eri, sweetie, I know he did horrible things to you, but can you please give him back his arms? Please. I don't want Eri anywhere fucking near this fight. Like sure.
Do you think that who do you think would win? Like right now, Overhaul or Shigaraki? Really?
Like okay,
like
it'd be kind of hard to compare speed. It'd be kind of hard to compare speed, because while Shiggy has very recently displayed incredible feats of speed, Overhaul is absolutely no slouch. Like he was able to completely speed blitz Rappa. And Rappa was incredibly
I think
fast.
both of them have both of their quirks are equally destructive.
I would disagree. I think Shiggy's is more destructive now. In fact, now what used to be Overhaul's great advantage, being able to create things,